Hey, what's going on, everyone? From Static TV, I'm Ethan. I'm an SYC leader. I'm 19, and you're watching a parody of Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today, I'm joined by the hosts of SYC, Hunter and Clark. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
I'm feeling great, but I am scared.
I'm nervous. I'm scared too.
This will be an interesting experience for sure.
You can kind of sense the tension in the air probably through the camera.
Well, that kind of leads into my question. How are you guys with spicy food?
I mean, I'm not bad with it, but there's like a level.
Right. That's exactly how. Like, I'm not a wimp. Like I like hot sauce and stuff, but like nothing beyond that.
Like if I go Chick-fil-A, I'm not getting the spicy sandwich. I'm
Okay.
getting the original.
I mean, I feel
Yeah.
that. I used
Like,
to, but
Yeah. So I'm not.
I'm not gonna be
There's
able
gonna
to
be a
handle
level.
it.
Yeah,
Like I'm
there's
not
gonna
gonna
be
be
a
able to
level.
handle it, but to an extent, I'll be able.
There'll be a level for sure.
Well, we've got water and milk here, so we're prepared. And for those of you guys who have seen the show, you know how it goes. We have 10 sauces that increasingly get spicier and spicier as we go along. And after each wing, we're going to be asking Hunter and Clark direct questions. So they're going to have to try to stay composed and kind of work through the murkiness of the spice and, yeah, just get down to it. So without further ado, let's get started.
That's good, honestly. I like that one.
Oh, I like that a lot actually.
Yeah. That's not hot at all. Not too bad. It's not too hot.
I want water.
Me
I'm
too.
gonna
Me
wait
too.
till
I'm
the
holding
next
off.
one.
I
I'm
do
gonna wait till
too,
the next
but I'm
one.
waiting.
So for those who may not know, you guys are both pretty much OGs here when it comes to this church. But for those who don't know, can you kind of explain just like what your relation is to the church, how long you've been coming here, and just, yeah, how you started out?
Okay. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll start. So,
Actually, I think I should start
You
just because
should,
it's
yeah.
like a more okay.
You definitely should.
So, my grandfather basically was pastor a lot of his life. Spoke at many different churches. Went to one in Orlando over here, and then eventually things fell through, and he had the idea to start a new church, which is the church we're at today. So I'm basically like the grandson, I guess, of the founding pastor. So church was started in 2005. Been here ever since. So been coming around 16 years. So it's pretty much as OG as you can get. What about you, Hunter?
yeah, basically same. Our parents, very close relation, so we just grew up here, and then as time went on, as people came and went, we were just basically asked if we wanted to grow with roles, and I started editing and learning how to play drums to do this, and that's what I do here now. So, but yeah, still here, same building, all these years later. So it really is crazy that we've been here for, gosh, I don't even
16.
16 years. Oh my gosh.
Long time.
I like the look of this.
What's good? It's like sweet. It's like mango.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, it's pineapple. That's what it is. That's good.
Waiting.
It's gonna hit. It's going. I don't feel anything yet, but
That's really good.
that's good. I like that one.
So we've established that you guys have both been here for a long time. Clark, you obviously mentioned that your granddad is the founding pastor of the church. He's been involved with ministry for years. And over the course of that, is there a sermon that he's given or even just a piece of advice he shared with you that's kind of really resonated with you and that's stuck with you throughout the years?
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. My grandfather's like 100% one of my biggest role models. You know, growing up, he was always there, always guided me. I think, honestly, I don't even know if I could point to a specific thing he's told me, but the way he lives his life has very much resonated with me. He thinks outside of the box, and whenever he wants something, he goes and gets it, no matter the hardships. And he's a very innovative and wise person. He doesn't listen to other people as much as he listens to God himself. And I think that in a lot of his sermons and the way he teaches, it's very innovative and it's very bold. And I think that's kind of the number one thing that I could kind of describe about him, I guess.
And Hunter, you're obviously involved with the church heavily through worship, as you mentioned. And do you have a particular song that you like to play? Not that's, you know, you can mention your favorite, but do you have one that's, I guess you could say, like, you really get into it and you can kind of like just like feel
Yeah,
the energy
yeah.
and really like connect with the Holy Spirit, as cheesy as that might sound?
No, for sure. No, it's funny because with me and drumming, I always say, like, for me, the biggest thing in worship is to know not to drum. there's so many worship drummers who drum their heart out, even in sections where it's slow and it's dead. I'm like, for me, even personally, my favorite part of a worship song is when it's quiet and it's just vocals or acoustic or something. But probably my favorite, like overall, "God You're So Good" by Passion is like just one of my favorite songs of all time. But playing "Arrested by Grace" by a band called Worship Mob, it's like I'm kind of known for. People come up to me after, like, when the second they hear the beat, they look at me and they're like, "Oh, here we go." It's so fun to play and I get so into it. So it's always a blast to do that one for sure.
I got a lot there. That one tastes good.
Oh, I don't like the taste of it.
That one's good.
That one's,
It's hitting. I'm not gonna lie.
that's a jump.
That's hot. I wouldn't lie to you.
So moving beyond the church, you each have your own respective hobbies and interests. Hunter, for those who may not know, is big into theme parks. You know, beyond just Disney and Universal and SeaWorld, all of the basics. He's visited tons of them throughout the country. Hunter, what's one theme park that everyone should have on their bucket list when they're traveling?
So for me, I've always just been, I recently at least, I've really found a love for just theming in parks. So for me, definitely, like, from what I've been to, even though I go there the most, Epcot for me is like a park that if you're just a theme park fan in general, it's just a perfect park for that. It's my personal favorite park of all time. But I feel like if you are into roller coasters, a park you have to visit outside is this place called
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. Yep. Just, it's the perfect. I think there's 18 coasters or 17 coasters there now, and every ride there is really good. And they have like 400-foot tall coaster, 200-foot tall coaster that's 3 minutes long. It's amazing. It's so, yeah. It was one of the best experiences of my life being there for sure.
And Clark, I know you're a big sports fan. You're very athletic yourself. I guess I could ask you who your favorite player is, although I feel like a lot of people would already know that. So I'll ask you to answer that. And in addition, I'll ask, who do you think is a good up-and-coming player that fans should keep their eyes on in the NFL?
Wow. Okay, I actually really, really like that question. So it wasn't specified, but I'm a big football fan specifically. So I'd have to say right now my favorite player used to be Russell Wilson my whole life. But he's gone to a different team now. So I'd say right now my favorite player is probably DK Metcalf. Young players on the rise. See, that's a good question. I mean, I'd have to say I believe in Seahawks rookie Kenneth Walker. He's Seahawks, so that's why I'm a big Seahawks fan. So I'm gonna go with Kenneth Walker. Almost won the Heisman. Hunter's struggling. I'm good, but I'd go Kenneth Walker.
My tongue is starting to feel it. That's for sure.
I'm feeling it a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
tempted to reach for the water, but I'm holding on.
I'm good.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Are you guys ready to move on to the next sauce?
yeah.
Ready?
The
Yeah.
Los Calientes Verde. Yep.
That one's good.
Oh, I like that a lot.
That's like my favorite one so far.
That tastes like something from.
Oh, that's like
Taco Bell.
green chili. Mmm. So far, it's not hitting. I know it will, but it's not too bad yet. Oh, it's hitting. I feel it now. I'm good though.
So I think it's safe to say you guys have had a lot of good times with Static over the years, especially now that you're leaders. It's all kind of come full circle. And I'm sure there's a lot of great highlights and memories you can mention, but I wanted to ask, what's the worst memory from a Static event that you guys have? Whether it be like the most embarrassing moment or just an event that you would never want to do again.
Oh, wow. I mean, I have one in mind, but I wasn't there for it. Do you want to go?
Which one do you have in mind?
The Messi games, but I wasn't there.
Oh, that okay. Yeah, I'll say that one. It wasn't that, like, the event itself was really fun. It was just things weren't thought through.
Are you talking about Messi games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Things weren't thought through completely. For instance, the worst one I can think of. So we did a slip and slide, a kickball slip and slide, where you go on a slip and slide as the bases, and you go into a pool. That pool, however, is not filled with water. It's filled with disgusting things. And what we did not think about was it's July, how long they were going to sit in the sun for before the event really started. So I think we had, I forgot what the last one, but I know we had pickled sausages and ketchup and mustard. sitting in the sun for a good 3 hours. It smelled for a good quarter of a mile, like within the radius. And sliding in it was horrible because then you smelled like it. It was a nightmare. The smell, it was just so like wretched. Like, I'm shocked no one threw up at that event. It was horrible. But it was further fun. It was really fun.
Right. I wasn't there for that one, but kind of coincidentally, I'd have to say the first Messi games. I was probably in like 7th grade. You know, it's just kind of gross. Like, I got drenched in chocolate syrup. Just nasty. It's a gross feeling. I mean, there's a lot of gross stuff we've done at church, smoothie challenges, nasty stuff, but mostly good stuff. So I guess the one that really sticks with me is probably Messi games as well.
I'll never forget it because remember when he got covered in Coca-Cola, he said it felt like a relief.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even that's not pleasant.
That's
so-
gross. Yeah, right. So that's probably what it is. Oh, I got a fat piece there. That's gonna burn. It's a lingering one. It hasn't hit me yet.
It got on my lips. I gotta clean that off.
Oh, good idea. Oh, I can tell. I can't feel it yet.
Oh, no, I'm feeling it.
Okay, I'm good.
Yep, there it is.
Oh.
And now it's time for the segment on the show that we call Explain That Graham, where we pull interesting pictures from our guests' Instagram that need more context and ask them to explain.
I did not know that was
I
happening.
forgot about
This is
this.
from the Static Youth Culture Instagram. So can
Okay.
you guys explain what's happening here in this photo?
Oh, I
that's a
remember
classic.
this.
Yes. So,
Oh, wow.
So, this was back when Static was at night, and Clark and I, we didn't really go that much back then when we were really young in middle school. So this was, so we went and they put us against each other, and it was a trivia game. We had to smack a buzzer, and if we got the question right, we had these air fists and punched
Whacked each other.
each other's hard as I remember first we were light, and then I think Clark hit me with
Yeah.
one really hard. I'm like, all right.
And so it was just- it
and
was
then
back
we just
and
got
forth.
back. It was
How
so
many years?
funny.
Probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
There's no way we're in 10th grade there, so it has to be 9th or 8th grade.
Wow. I wouldn't say 8th. It's definitely 9th, but that's crazy. That's blast from the past right
Wow.
And this is clearly the same night behind.
It is,
Looks
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
I
guys
remember
got
that
Yeah.
thing. I
Oh my
remember
god.
that.
So it was like a lie detector game.
there. Right, it was.
And it didn't work because they asked me a question that wasn't true.
It was like Matt asked like who's better at football. I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah. And
specific
I said
question.
Clark, and it said it was wrong, but I know it's
Yeah.
not true because I can't catch football for my life. But
It's okay.
I can throw. I can't catch. But yeah, that's so funny.
That's
I
crazy.
remember that
That's
too.
a blast right
Yeah.
there. I remember that night.
I remember looking at that picture too, thinking like, oh, we look so old and mature.
Yes,
then.
yeah, yeah.
And now we look. Oh God.
Well, big old grown-ups now, you know.
Oh wait, we're sorry.
Ew. That tastes awful. Oh, that's gross. Oh, it's hot too. That's hot.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
not
gonna lie to
good.
you. It's
Where
not
it goes
terrible,
back.
but oh, it hits your throat. Oh, that's a throat one. Okay, I'm gonna try to stick it out without water. That one's a huge step up. I'm not drinking it yet. I'm gonna try to hold out. That's hot, man. That's the hottest, like definitely the hottest.
So I'm going to be a little self-indulgent here with this next question because I'm a big movie fan, and I know you guys to some degree are as well. Hunter, I know you're specifically a big fan of biopics.
Yes.
So do you have like maybe a top 3 list of recommendations you'd
Yes.
give someone if they're looking to get into that genre?
Number one, no question, Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen biopic. It's just, oh, it's so good. I've always loved Queen, loved their music growing up, and the movie just perfectly encapsulated. Rami Malek did a fantastic job at being Freddie Mercury, especially when they were recreating Live Aid. Number 2, The Founder. Founder was amazing. Especially, I love McDonald's. I eat there basically every day, and my lips are hurting.
Dude, I just real quick, I took a sip of milk. That was the biggest relief I've ever felt. It just went away.
So, The Founder's just amazing. Michael Keaton did a great job. And then number 3, honestly, number 3, King Richard. recently came out with talking about Venus, Serena Williams, and Will Smith did an amazing job being the dad, and it was just so good. I absolutely loved it. Easily that's me at my top 3 for sure.
And Clark, I know like me, you're a big Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of debate when it comes to showing people Star Wars for the first time, what order you should show the movies in, whether it be chronological or release. Do you have a preferred viewing order and a reason why?
That's honestly a really good question, and I've actually fought with myself about this one. I kind of flip-flopped, but I think honestly the best way, just because I like the originals, but they're not my favorite, so they're not like as special to me, so therefore I don't try to isolate those first, if that makes any sense. So I usually whenever I show people, I go in chronological order, 1, 2, 3, because it kind of makes more sense. It gives it kind of like a build-up to everything else. I don't know, it just feels like it makes the most sense to start from the beginning.
This is breaking. Isn't this like 100,000?
This is 99,000, so it's right up there.
I like the taste of that.
That one tastes good. It's gonna hit me. Hasn't yet though.
I
My lips.
immediately have to get it off my lips. I just know.
Yeah, lips. Drink a little water.
It's like gingerbread.
So far, it's not horrible.
I like that.
Okay, I'm ready.
You know what?
He's gonna be like, 5 minutes later. I'm being careful, bro. I'm taking bites, but I'm not taking liberal bites.
So Clark, recently you started the Ignite Boys Bible Study group.
Right.
And I was just kind of curious as to how that came about and, you know, if that was something maybe your granddad kind of inspired you to do, if it was something you more came up with yourself, and just what the overall inspiration was behind that.
That's a great question. So basically what it was is I've always kind of wanted to learn more about the Bible myself. I haven't read it as much as I'd like to. And so in that, I wanted to have other people to share it with, teach them about stuff that I learned, stuff like that. And so at UCF, the college I go to, there's a Young Life group. It's like a Christian organization. And my roommate CJ and I started going to these groups, and it was just basically a Bible study group. We'd read, talk about it, share, stuff like that. And I really, really liked it, but I wanted to be the lead of it. I wanted to show kids younger than me that I was their age once, kind of the things I saw. And so I took that idea and I ran with it, and so we've been doing it here, learning about the Bible, and it's a great group.
And I'm sure I know you've led the group as well, and in certain occasions when Clark hasn't been there, so this next question kind of applies to both of you. But do you guys feel like a certain sense of responsibility? I mean, of course you do, but in a way, is it easier because you were just, you know, these guys' age, you were just in high school, to kind of relate to them and know what they're going through? Does that make it easier to kind of try to reach them in that environment?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I feel like I always remember growing up, you know, like the college kids always saying like, oh, you're gonna need this, like, trust me, you're gonna need it. And I've always kind of like disregarded it, especially for me because I was homeschooled. But I didn't realize how much that really is true, especially kind of now going into college and everything. It really is funny how like, oh, they're right, you know. So
Right.
it's cool for us to be in their shoes because it's like at the same time I know they're probably not absorbing it all, but I feel like there's gonna be moments where they'll be like, oh, you know what? Let me take this in perspective. And I grew up with Clark, and you know, I'm not a Bible reader, so for this to kind of come into play is really give me motivation too. So it's really good.
Right. To kind of piggyback off what he said real quick, it's just I love speaking to those kids just because I went through that and I know the struggles they went through and I can relate to them a lot. So I love being able to kind of share my insight and stuff.
All right. Are you guys ready to move on to Bomb Beyond Insanity?
I'm not ready. But
I'm honestly
let's do
good,
it.
bro. It's not as bad as
It's
I
my
thought.
lips.
My
That's
lips
what's
hurt, but like.
hurting.
Jesus be with me. My lips.
Oh,
Freaking
God.
out. Oh.
There it is.
That tastes like milk. It's not even hot. Weak.
No.
Babies, bro.
No.
Okay, you know,
Oh God.
Clark, I'm asking you to think through the spice right now. I want you to do is I'm ask you to rank your top 3 coasters. It can be anything you've ridden, Just completely up to you, your opinion, and I want Hunter to evaluate your
Okay.
ranking.
I like that idea. Okay, my favorite coaster I've ever ridden is, holy heck, Velocicoaster. My second is Guardians, Cosmic Rebite. Okay, I'm kind of freaking out here.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that top 2.
Okay, and then my third one, let's go with Mako.
I respect it.
We have 2 more.
That's all. No more thoughts on that. You're good with that?
Velocicoaster's great. I agree. Guardians. I struggled to not put that number 1. I agree. Mako, fantastic. I wouldn't do that. Go ahead. That's good. Oh my god.
That is like really freaking hot.
I'm tearing up.
Oh. I can't hide anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I am suffering right now.
That one hurt to swallow. Oh my god. My
Come on, Milk.
My
do
body
something.
is vibrating. Like I feel my veins. Like,
How many Scoville units is that?
look at this. I don't know if you can see this.
666 shots.
This is
666.
Yep.
Dude, the next one is double and more.
this next one's on 1.4 million jump.
So admittedly, I needed some help coming up with questions for the interview. So I enlisted the help of some of our crew people that are helping out here today, Isaac and Dylan. They were kind enough to both give me questions.
You're crying right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. So I'll ask Isaac's first because it's a little more straightforward and simpler. What is the worst prank that you guys have pulled, whether it be together or just individually?
Okay, I mean, this hot sauce is cutting my brain flow, so the only thing I can think of is back when we were younger and I was so insistent on us staying up all night because I'd never done it before. I like sprayed chocolate sauce in their faces and I'd pour milk. I kind of terrorized these guys when I was younger. Good Lord.
I locked myself in my room at one point.
I'm suffering, but this is really funny, bro.
That's it. You just locked yourself in the room, no elaboration.
That's an epic prank, locking yourself in the room. Epic prank that epically impacted.
Was that intentional or was it an accident?
This is so funny, bro. I'm suffering, but this is funny.
One time, Dylan was sleeping over, and he wasn't waking up. With glasses. Stop! It hurts. I laugh. Ow! Okay,
That was from laughing. That wasn't even the heat.
we blasted saxophone in his ear. Didn't wake up. So then we're horrible people.
Oh yeah.
So we came in. Ow! We came in his room with ski masks, played a terrorist alarm, act like we were invading him, like terrorists. Luke ran in, he's like, Dylan! And
We were like, oh no, like with guns.
We come in with airsoft guns. What I didn't know is mine wasn't on safety, and it's an airsoft gun. So I shoot Clark in the leg. He goes down screaming.
I'm like,
ah! It's so hard. Ow! Dylan like finally wakes up after that, but Clark was on the ground for like 10 minutes, like in pain. He's like, "Why'd you do that?" I feel like that right now. That's the funniest thing I've ever gone through.
All right, everyone, we've just about made it through the Hot Ones Gauntlet, and as you can see, we have two special guests joining us for the last dab here, Matt and Gabe themselves.
Round of applause.
Yep,
So we're all doing this last one together. We're all gonna be feeling it. Time for the last dab.
Oh,
And
the
we call
crew. Tell them the crew's doing it too. You're gonna see their reactions in a minute.
Dylan and Isaac, yes, they're participating
And
as well.
for points, Hunter did not put extra on there, so I want you to know.
Oh no, he's about to though.
Oh, is he about
He
to?
agreed. Yeah,
We're
just
gonna
now.
make it.
Okay, he's about
No,
to do it.
I was gonna say this is the last dab. We call it the last dab because it's tradition around here. Let's put a little extra on the last wing. You don't have to if you don't want to, unless you're Hunter.
Who owns Hot Wings?
Oh gosh,
That's a lot.
That's more than a dab.
That's a
man.
lot. Ethan,
Yeah, I trust
go,
you
go,
now.
Who runs? Who
I'm
made
putting a
these?
little bit, bro.
I wanna.
It
Can I
is
do
hard
it?
to-
Can I do it myself?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
put some, but I don't want to put a lot.
I'm not.
Is this the hottest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I feel like you gotta
that's
like move it around so it's like ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Isaac, you guys know.
Okay, so I wasn't really that nervous until like.
It's not that bad.
Right,
It's not
this
that bad.
second.
You'll be fine.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
1,
No.
2, 3.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh. It hits you in a minute. Just wait.
No. No.
That's a throater right there. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get that question before it hits really hard. My throat.
Okay.
Wait, what's the question?
So we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have here the current hosts of Static TV, Hunter and Clark. We have the former hosts of the old SYC Saturday series, Matt and Gabe. So right now, what I want you guys to do, while you're reeling from the pain of the last dab, I want you each to make your case for why you guys were the better hosts.
Oh, I don't think I was the better host.
We're the better hosts because we're younger and we're tougher and we can take this heat.
And I'm not throwing up in the bathroom like him.
Those had fair point. Wow.
Don't speak so soon.
Are you okay?
Matt.
I just got a lot of
The
hiccups.
crew's freaking out. You're gonna see their reactions in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think we're the better host.
You know what?
No.
Let's get it.
I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
Clark's taking an extra bite. This is gonna be the video here.
No. I'm gonna go take a little. Oh my god.
Matt, you don't have anything to say in terms of who you think is the better host? All right. He's on out.
Hey, wow.
I'm good.
Well,
I'm not chilling.
Crew's having a hard time back there. We
No,
are
can you
too.
give me a water?
Well, here we are. Hunter and Clark, you guys have made it through the Hot Ones Gauntlet.
I did not like what Hunter just did to that water. He like tongue first, like jammed it in. Oh my gosh.
Here you guys are. You've made it through the gauntlet. Looking like
Oh,
$1
dude,
million
look at
bucks.
him.
Congrats to you guys.
Give him a handshake.
Put her there. Looking like
Can I
$1
get a
million
handshake?
bucks. The both of you. Yeah, you guys
Thank you.
too. We all did the last dab. So now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you guys. This camera, this camera, this camera. Let the people know what's going on with Static and what's coming up soon.
When is this coming out? Is this before or after camp?
Saturday. So we got camp coming up this week. Be excited for that.
Oh, movie night is tomorrow.
Movie night.
Yeah, movie night.
What time?
July
6
11th.
to 8. We're gonna watch Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
No way home.
Be there.
4K Blu-ray. I got it today.
Sweet.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
You want us to turn off the cameras?
My eyes are watering. The crew's freaking out. You're gonna see their reactions in a minute.
I'm big chilling.
You know what?
My eyes are really watering.
Clark's taking an extra bite. This is gonna be in the video here.
Yeah, me too.
No.
Did you take an extra bite? Yeah. We both took extra bites.
I'm literally crying. I'm crying right now.
I'm not chilling.
See, he wanted to ask both of you respectively. Hunter, are you still in love with Morgan? And Clark, are you still in love with Alex?
No! No, I'm not.
No.